Testing 1, 2, 3. Ah, okay, now it's good. Again, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar. We do show every day Monday to Friday because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Guys, as you can see right now, we have the new moon, the full moon on the charts. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. Also, you know, this is gonna be quick and fast, hopefully quick and fast, Bitcoin Daily, because I'm watching the kids. They're watching TV right now, and you know, I think we got like 15 to 20 minutes before they get bored, and then, you know, there's that. That said, guys, again, that said, how's everybody doing in chat? Vanaleswa, morning, how you doing, man? The Central, what's up? Kasim, morning to you too. Dobro jutro, tired legs. How you doing? Back in London. There's this girl in England, in Great Britain, London. I forgot her name. She's always in the chat, and you know, but my brain, you know, forgets stuff. Toldy, morning, how you doing, man? Ash, no voice, yeah. Roshten, travel, Toldy, we gotta know. Yeah, we gotta know. Let the moon pump. Christo, how you doing, man? Let the moon pump. So we got a new moon now. These full moons on the chart are pretty powerful in any kind of option. We are in you know, technically in a weekly option, but right now we are breaking technically, almost breaking technically the trend. So when people talk about the market structure, stuff like that, right? They talk about, you know, these highs and lows points up here. The highs and lows, and the thing is, what's gonna break the market structure, because we got a right now high and a higher high, and we got a low, higher low, and right now technically still higher low over here. So what's gonna break this market structure, if we go back below, you know, 20k, then, you know, this option over here is technically broken. You can also see up here that you know, we are technically right now, you know, already breaking the trend a little bit. Even you know, this move up here is breaking towards the downside. Up here, we've been talking about that yesterday, that might happen. We are looking at some kind of supports right below us over here. We are not actually looking for a big dumps just yet. There is a channel over here, so we are looking for a, you know, move towards downside up here to, you know, to get this big move towards downside, if whether that's gonna come. But, you know, we still got a little bit of time to go down. But the market structure is gonna be broken when we go past something like, give or take, down here at 21.5, give or take. So, you know, market structure is not technically broken just yet. Good morning, XRP Legend. Good morning, Johnny. What's up? So technically we are yes, we are in a downtrend over here. If we go back to the daily time frame, we'll see that this channel over here right now came up to the midline up here, getting rejected. Right now it's pulling down, so it can go all the way down to, you know, 21.2, give or take. Today it can go all the way down to 21.3, 21.2. Tomorrow it can go down to 21.1, give or take. If it does go down that low, as you can see down here, it will be below the previous low over here. Now hopefully this is just gonna, you know, bounce right back up again with, you know, with some kind of wick or something like that, and then we are all good to go. But there is no fear in the market just right now, and the fact that this move down here, it's not going that fast. I mean, you know, yesterday there was Powell was speaking about stuff. Powell was speaking, and you know, we dumped down because the news was bad. They said, yeah, we gotta increase the, you know, interest rates, we gotta you know, we gotta tackle the inflation, it's gonna be a bumpy ride, you know, and it's not like we didn't know that. Like, everybody knew that, you know, there is no way inflation is coming down. Number one, interest rates are lower than the interest rates are lower than the inflation. So that's one of the things that you know, cannot push down the inflation. Number two, government is still having a very high spending, so inflation is not going down, and they are printing a lot of money, so inflation is not going down. Ja, du momentet litt, pappa ska komma bara. Jag ska hämta, man bara gå och sitta lite när jag kommer och hämta. So there are three things. As long as the governments are printing money, as long as the government is spending money, and as long as the interest rates are lower than the inflation rate, there is no way, 0% way that the inflation is coming down. So I don't care what, you know, what they are saying, what they are you know, doing. Those are the three things. They speak Norwegian. Well, they gotta speak Norwegian. So there are three things that is gonna bring down inflation, and inflation, there is 0% chance for inflation to come down. 0%. It's not even yeah, it's Mike. No, 0% chance. Inflation is just gonna keep on going up. That means that your money, whatever fiat you got, is gonna lose value over time. So make sure that, you know, whatever you have in bank, maybe you should, you know, put it into something. You know, there's definitely, you know, room for having money in a bank for, you know, certain times, but inflation is gonna eat up a lot of, you know, bank assets. So there was a lot of, you know, talk about yesterday about Powell. We did start moving towards downside. You know, this you know, nobody knows what kind of pattern this is. Did break towards downside up here. We came above the zero midline up here. Right now breaking back below that, still pushing down. I'm still looking for some kind of big move towards downside, even outside of here, but hopefully this bounces right back inside over here. But we are technically right now pushing down. Now there is some kind of divergence up here on the chart that might actually push us a little bit towards upside, and this move towards downside, I gotta tell you guys, this moves towards downside does not you know, look that bad, because oftentimes if you have some kind of big move towards downside, you will see a lot weaker price action. So if you go over here to, you know, 1 hourly time frame, you'll see that the first initial dump, you know, got picked up all the way towards upside. The second dump down to the, you know, the line up here got picked up. The third dump up here is still getting picked up, and right now you'll see that over here there is divergence on the chart. Is still getting picked up, so the price doesn't seem to be that weak. So can we do a move up here towards upside up here again? Definitely can. Can we do up all the way towards upside? Definitely can. Can we break towards upside? Definitely can. I think it's only a matter of time before we actually go towards upside. I told you, wage and price increase per first 23 was pretty real. Food price will rise this year. So food prices have been rising for a long time right now. I know. I definitely 100% know. The other thing you need to understand is that unemployment is going to go skyrocket. I told you not so long ago that, you know, once something is at the bottom, there is no other way to go than other way around, and that's towards upside. So when they have been manipulating the unemployment numbers, so they're going to go up quick. They've been, you know, manipulating the numbers. So the unemployment that's, you know, at bottom at 3-4% or whatever it's in US, it's totally bogus. It's totally, you know, manufactured numbers. I don't know what kind of numbers they pulled out of their ass, but it's totally manufactured numbers. The unemployment is a lot higher than it actually seems, because you gotta understand, when you're talking about unemployment numbers, who is unemployed? The people who are receiving the government's benefits, the people who just got fired, the people who are, you know, living on, you know, food stamps or stuff like that. You know, there is a lot of ways how you can pick and choose your statistics. The very first things you're gonna learn in math when you go to school in statistics is that statistics is a very easily manipulated. The first thing you learn is how to take a bunch of data and turn it any way you want to turn it to show whatever you want to show, right? You can show that this goes towards upside, you can show this goes towards upside. They do it on CBMB or whatever. They on these, you know, business business news channels, right? All the time. How they do that? Well, they show you the chart of some kind of stock or some kind of data, and they say, yeah, it's been rising, you know, 3% for the last couple of days, and they show you, you know, last 2 weeks of, you know, this very nice, you know, rising trend towards upside. And then you go to your own chart and you zoom a little bit, and it's like 90% down, and this little bit, you know, part towards upside. That's you know, they cut it right there to show you that, you know, the price is going up. It's not going up. It's a small bounce, whatever, right? So yeah, CBNC, exactly. So data doesn't matter whether that's the chart or some kind of data of the numbers. You can manipulate it any way you want, depending on what you look at. You can take out outliers. You can just focus on one group. You can just focus on another group. You can change the definition of what is an unemployed person, and so forth, right? So I'm telling you guys, the unemployment numbers are gonna skyrocket. There is literally no chance that while inflation is going up and economy is going down, that, you know, that the employment numbers are going to stay low. The reason is because even here in Norway, and I know from you know, the business I work in and other businesses around me, the biggest chain, one of the biggest chain in Norway, Elshop, is cutting down their stores, is trying to give their, you know, employees a quitting package or whatever it's called. You know, take this money, just quit right now because we need to, you know, restructure. This is going to get worse. They're closing stores. They have had worst, you know, months in years, and worst years, in decades. And it's just terrible situation. But people still don't know. You're right now at some kind of pivot point that people do not understand. People only see the fast moves. People don't see pivot points. We saw the pivot point when interest rates was down at 0. Like, how lower than 0 can it go, right? We are seeing that unemployment is down at, you know, 3-4%. How low can it go? And it's not going lower because you see that all of these big, you know, Facebook, Google, Amazon, like, they're firing people, right? So employment is gonna skyrocket. It's just gonna get a lot worse than it is right now. And there is zero chance that inflation right now is gonna go down because they haven't done anything, literally anything, to stop inflation from going up. There is no way that inflation can go down right now. The interest rates are too low, the government spending is too high, and the printing money press is just keeping on pushing out those numbers. That said, we do have divergence on the chart over here right now. What is it? We have divergence on chart. This is 1 hourly time frame, so this is 1 hourly divergence up here. We also got the 2 hourly divergence chart up here, but if you, as soon as you go to the 4 hourly, there is no divergence up here on the chart. But we are at some kind of very low levels on the 4 hourly, 20, at least we were at 29 levels down here. On the daily time frame, there is no divergence on the chart over here towards downside. Not only that, also on daily time frame, it looks like it's crossing the 0 line down here on the MACD. So could we push down more? I think the move towards downside is a lot more likely than towards upside, although this, you know, these divergences up here are giving us a little bit hopium that this might actually perform towards the upside. Now we are in this you know, bigger you know, channel, but there is this channel over here, maybe on the 1 hourly time frame. So this channel over here right now is trending a lot faster than the bigger channel over here. So this you know, short-term move is you know, channeling right now towards downside over here. So we are looking for some kind of breakout either towards upside or downside. If you see this very fast channel breaking towards downside up here, you just might get what's called a capitulation, but it's a capitulation on a 1 hourly time frame. So if you see some kind of move down here, a big fast move towards the support line over here, that just might be some kind of bottom and some kind of bigger bounce. On the other hand, these descending channels do tend to break towards upside. So hopefully this is just gonna, you know, continue, you know, do something like this and then, you know, bounce towards the upside. We got the moon on the chart, of course, and you know, the moons are pretty decent in any kind of bull rally. And I'm still believing that this is a move towards the upside because we did break trend. I still keep saying this because it is true. Can we go down? Yes, but the overall trend is already broken. Overall trend is already broken, and even this, you know, bottom trend down here is broken. Then of course there are other resistance levels, one at 25k, stuff like that. But the trend down here is broken right now. You know how it gets out of this trend. That depends. The 25k level up here, it is very important. So the big moves, meaning the moves towards the upside, right? Because right now, although we did break the downtrend over here, right now having a sideways trend over here. I mean, this is still technically a sideways trend. So can we go down over here? We can, but you know, it's still accumulation zone right now. So right now, after we made this pivot point up here, we created this line up here, and eventually we gotta get above 25k. And right now, everybody and then grandmother knows that once you're above 25k, there is nothing stopping this before we hit like 40, 60k or something like that. All right. So the move, once we break the 25k, the move is gonna be legit. It's gonna be bouncy. It's gonna be very hot, you know, very speedy, fast move towards the upside. So 25k level right now, it is crucially important because this trend over here got broken. This trend over here got broken. Right now we are in sideways trend over here, and you can see here that we are turning trends towards the, you know, towards the upside over here. We are curving towards the upside. Now this is weekly time frame, so it can take time. You know, we always look, you know, it's gonna happen tomorrow, it's gonna happen day after. You know, we cannot actually predict that, but you know, we know that the major capitulation trend is done. We know that this accumulation move towards downside over here is done. It's still in the accumulation zone down here, so you know how far down you can actually go. Everything is accumulation zone down here, guys. 25k, you know, 22k, you know, 20k, 18k, 16, 7, 14k. Everything is accumulation zone because again, me and you can buy on the week. We press one button on one exchange, we are 100% in. Billionaires and people with actual money, they need time to buy in because they need to be on all exchanges. They need to, you know, go wherever the liquidity is, OTC, exchange, decentralized exchange, all over the place, and slowly pick up the liquidity, pick up the coins that I want to pick, because if they just press buy, they crash everything to zero. All the order books go down to zero, right? So they need time to buy, and there is a lot, and there is not just 1 billionaire or 2 billionaires, there is a lot of people who wants to buy, right? So I'm still, you know, long-term bullish, no problem with that. You know, the big question is just how long this move down over here is gonna take, right? Because you can see up here, once this you know, once the trend is broken, right now this is the trend over here. Once the trend over here is broken, you're gonna have another move towards the upside, right? So we are looking for trend. On the other hand, if you break the you know, this trend towards the downside, you're gonna have a big dump over here. This big dump might indicate capitulation, and then we go towards the upside. But right now over here, it's a little bit, you know, in no man's land. Again, let's pull out our channel up here. I think it's a nice channel, so I'm still looking at this channel over here. It's a nice channel over here. So as you can see up here, we're still a little bit, you know, in the channel, in the middle of the channel. We can still go down, we can still go up, you know. We could zoom in, we can zoom in a little bit and, you know, focus on that. But cosa poteva? Velocino, eh? Nah, okay. So I told you guys, we got a 15-20 minutes, and that's that. So kids get bored by the, you know, by the TV. So there is that. Yeah, Tadisa. Hi. Ian Timika. Go it. You just give them something and they leave you alone. Okay, Tadan. So unemployment is gonna go skyrocket. The inflation is not stopping down. It's just gonna get worse. Get out of debt. Money in your bank account is gonna lose value a little by little. You are seeing right now that the yields are going through the roof. 10-year yields right now at 5%. I think I saw that. We said also that at 15 yields at 15%, we start buying the stocks. That's gonna be a thing, guys. In next 5 to 10 years, you know, when yields are at, you know, 15-20%, whatever they're gonna be at, we're gonna be buying stocks, guys, because that's gonna start a new bull rally, right? So, you know, certain things are, you know, inversely correlated. Certain things, when it's people are buying, you know, but, you know, at one point, there will be again come time when to buy stocks and stuff like that. Bonds, yeah, bonds, yield bonds, 10-yearly bonds. Right now they are 5%. But I think I showed this before, but I can show you again. 10-year bond. Let's just bonds. Weekly time frame up here. No, let's go to monthly time frame. This is what we're gonna do, guys. This we're gonna do. When bonds are at, you know, 15%, when this move up here comes, you know, towards upside up here again, whatever, maybe a little bit lower up here, I don't know, maybe 10%, you know, depends on, you know, when the trend breaks. Because when the trend breaks, that's, you know, over. Like over here, trend broke up here, but it was a little bit before that, so we gotta look for extensions and stuff like that. But still, when trends breaks, we're gonna start buying stocks. I don't know if you've seen this, but you can SP 500. You can indexes SPX new price scale. I don't know if you've seen it, but and let's put this on logarithmic chart, and this one on logarithmic chart. You'll see right here this sideways move. This was stagnation period between 66 and 82, almost 20 years of stagnation, right? But you know, once we came up here towards the top up here, you know, that was game over. It came up here at, I think it was, you know, between 10 and 50%, right? Between 10 and 50% up here. That's the time when the bonds were at the top and bonds start trending towards the downside. You had this magnificent rally towards the upside, right? So over here, this was some kind of, it looks also some kind of expanding musical instrument on the logarithmic chart. But there will right now we are going. The thing that I'm thinking right now is that, you know, we are going into some kind of stagnation period over here, because that's the worst kind of period that you can have for, you know, the general population, because they can't buy bottoms and they can't sell tops. They just don't know how to do that. We know how to do that. They don't know how to do that. So the worst thing for a retail trader or a normal, you know, moms and pops that, you know, just, you know, buying and investing and stuff like that, they do well in a bull market that are just going up over long periods of time, but they do very, very badly in these kind of environments where we go just kind of sideways. They fail to buy the bottoms, they form, you know, the tops. They get wrecked all the time. They get wrecked, you know, 2-3 times all over the place. So these are worst thing up here. So what I'm thinking right now, this is going to continue going towards upside. We're going to go into some kind of stagnation period. Might last for, you know, 10 years, 20 years. I don't know how long. But after that, the bonds will be at, you know, 10-15%. We're going to start buying the, you know, bottom of the stock market. Everything to the moon. Bro, we die in a nuclear apocalypse before it goes back there. Yeah, so there is, of course, this uncertainty about what's gonna happen next. Because, you know, I know what's gonna happen next. I don't know if you know what's gonna happen next. I know what's gonna happen next. But I can tell you guys, if I can keep up the optimism, so can you, okay? So all of the things that are coming, and they're gonna be bad. But you gotta understand that even in 10 years and 20 years, there will be still people on Earth. So just make sure, whatever you do, that you survive until that point, okay? In 10-20 years, there will still be people here on Earth doing the stuff, buying houses, selling, trading, you know, doing stuff. It will be a little bit different than before, but you know, people will be still here. The number rule of life is survive. So if you can survive for the next 10 years, you're gonna be fine, okay? I mean, the world is, you know, going towards whatever it's going to, right? And the things that are about to come are gonna be very, very bad. But if you can manage to survive that, you're gonna be fine at the end of the road. So do not focus on the past, because past is depression. Do not focus on the future, because future is anxiety. Focus on what you can do right now. Like you can look at a, you know, future, see what's you know, what's coming. You can look at the past and see what has been, and then you can decide right now I need to do this stuff. Just focus on right here, right now. It really doesn't matter if, let's say you know for certainty that in 2 weeks you're gonna die. It will still be a better move to sit right now and try to make more money in those next 2 weeks than do whatever whatever you can do in the next 2 weeks. Just focus on here and now and do whatever the best thing you can do right now. Just keep on doing it. Don't focus on the future. Don't look in the past. Do right now whatever the best move is, right? If the best move is right now to sit and trade, do that. Make money. XRP usually last move of big cap, because now first mover. Maybe it's a last mover. Yeah, I saw the XRP yesterday, at least it bounced a little bit. I don't know how much is there. I haven't seen XRP. Nah, XRP didn't do anything, man. XRP didn't do anything. Let's see here on the daily time frame up here. Yeah, it had yesterday, like 2 days, it had a nice move, but still in some kind of downtrend over here. And we are just looking for this last part up here. Let's just, quickly draw a channel up here on this thing up here. Yeah, give or take. Still in the channel, but it did go up, it didn't go with Bitcoin towards down. It is not pulling down with Bitcoin. It still is going up a little bit. So it's still, it needs to break the trend. And by the time the trend is actually broken, we're gonna know. You also are about to do more interest rates again. It's not good. Don't focus on what economy is doing. Focus on the charts. Don't read the news. Read the charts, because news are always late. News are always late. Always focus on the charts first. Yes, the employment spike during the Rona was insane. Yeah, but the employment spike during the Rona was nothing compared to what's gonna come. Because you gotta understand, the business that I'm working, right? During Corona times, right? People still had money. I mean, sure, we had on lockdown, people are let go, they stopped working, stuff like that, right? But people still had money to go and buy shit, right? The problem right now is people don't have money. The problem right now is people don't have, so people are not buying, the people are only buying the necessities. They are being more, cautious with their money. They are saving more. They are into the fear what's gonna happen next. The economy is a lot worse, place right now than it was during the, 2020 Corona times, right? It's a lot worse place, and trust me on this one. The economy is going definitely, through a big drop. I'm saying economy. I'm not saying the markets. The markets might be go a little bit up and down and whatnot. I'm like, I think it's the stagnation. A little bit up, a little bit down for the next 10 years or something like that. That's the move for the markets. But when it comes to economy and unemployment, interest rates, debt, purchasing power, stuff like that, like it's just gonna get a lot worse. Like we are just starting this dip towards the downside. It's just gonna get destroyed. I agree. I'm not really sure about stagnation. Right now we have inflation, but inflation with high unemployment is stagnation, right? So, that's the thing right now, right? So if you have inflation, and we are already having inflation, and there is 0% chance right now, there is literally nothing on the horizon that says that inflation is gonna go down. Inflation is higher than interest rates. The government is still spending like crazy, and the government is printing like crazy. So there is 0% chance that the inflation is gonna go down. 0% chance. Number two, the unemployment has nowhere else to go than towards the upside, because it was at 3-4%. I just explained to you, how I think. Guys, get rid of debt. The money you have in the bank, you have to know that that money is gonna be worth a lot less tomorrow and day after. So whatever you do, make sure that you have something that's gonna keep the value. Also be prepared for the bank runs. Be prepared for the 2008 type of crash, just in case. A lot of people. I was watching a documentary on YouTube about how the 2008 not happened, but the people that had money in the Lehman Bank and stuff like that, the banks that went down, millionaires lose everything and become poor, become houseless, living on the streets. Millionaires, literally, right? Just because they had money in some kind of bank that went bankrupt. Be sure to have your money somewhere where the bank cannot touch your money, where the government cannot take your money. So once this is done, whatever you have, it's gonna have value. I still say Bitcoin is gonna, I think Bitcoin, I don't know, but I think Bitcoin is gonna have value after time. I think gold is gonna have value after, 10-20 years. I think, maybe, I don't think NFTs, but Picasso is gonna have value, in 10-20 years. So there is that. We are so used to market making new highs continuously. I can see market being stuck for 30 years, at least 10 years, between 10 and 30 years. But it's not gonna be a quick dump. Like people, like we also thought in the start that this might be, where is it? Let's go up here. Let's go to 6 months up here. No, not this one. This one. So we also thought that we might have this kind of crash up here, but after thinking about it for a while, this is the 1929, the Great Depression, the crash. This only lasted for a couple of years, guys. From the top up here, 2029, all the way down to the 32. This lasted for 3 years. Entire crash lasted for 3 years. We can still have this if they wanna just do big crash towards downside. It can still happen. I'm not saying that this cannot happen, but this is not so bad. I mean, people hold their coins and stuff like that, their money, their stocks for 10, 20, 30 years. Yeah, and it just doesn't hurt them, to see a crash down. Now the problem up here, if you bought the top up here, you are not out before 1955, so that's like 25 years before buy here and get out here. But the big fast crash towards downside is really not that bad, because people will although sell, but they will still buy new stuff on the bottom, and stuff will continue going towards the upside. So this is not so bad. What is bad, on the other hand, is this part over here. 66 to 82, the stagnation period, because people cannot buy top. People always fail to buy the bottoms, and they always FOMO in at the tops up here at the tops, right? So they always FOMO in at the tops, and then they go down and they sell the fear, and they buy euphoria. So people get wrecked in this part over here. They don't get wrecked up here. They just huddle through. Hello folks, do we have scared chickens here? Jacob. Also sure to buy physical gold and silver. Should watch Coin Bureau with on bank bail-ins. So last time, I always say, like, last time we had bailouts on the banks. And guys, what if this time we don't have bailouts? Have you thought about that? What's gonna happen if you don't have bailouts? And as the I gotta go, but as the last thing I want you to, you know, as a food for thought. People think that, you know, Fed is not doing the right thing, you know, they are failing to, you know, adjust the economy is not doing well, they miss their targets, they're trying to look at data. Listen guys, very smart people in the world knows what's needed to do stuff. People are very, very smart. There are very, very smart people in the world. And the Federal Reserve got some of the smartest people in the world that can figure out how to stop the inflation, how to make the inflation go up, go down, go sideways, go backwards. So assuming that, oh, we missed the target, we don't know what we are doing, we're trying to do it slowly, it's crap. The system is not broken. The system, remember this is very important. The system is not broken. The system works exactly like it should be working. Exactly like it should be working. Whatever is happening right now, it's not like, you know, random chance of events are happening. No. It's working because the system is working as it should. It's going in a certain direction by certain rules, by certain people that won't push in the direction. It is working. It's not working in your favor. I agree that it's, you know, it's not working in your or my favor, but it's working in the favor of very few people. But it's still working because it's not mine, yours and mine system. This is not, you know, system made for me, you and me. This system is made for somebody else, and it's working exactly as planned. It's perfect system. It's working on the dollar, you know, but it's not working for me and you because, you know, it's not made for us. It's made for somebody else. Remember that. So don't complain about the system because system is perfect in the way it is, but it's not made for you and me. You understand? It's like my dog is gonna complain about, hey man, you eat all that nice food and I'm eating, you know, dog food. I want a good food. But you know, the system we create in the house is that my dog is eating dog food. You understand? And I eat good food. The system is not corrupt, guys. You don't understand. Stop calling the system corrupt. It's not corrupt. You're just looking at it, you know, up at the system and think it's corrupt because it's not serving you. It's not corrupt. System is not corrupt. There is no such thing in the world as corrupt systems. All systems work exactly as they want. You called corruption, they called, you know, it's working normally as it should be working. If it's built on corruption, it works like, you know, corruption. It's you know, you might call it corrupt, but you know, it's normal way. It works. It's nice system. You know, everything they want to do, it's just happening. We are the system, we stand their monopoly stable. We are corrupt. Iceland's very nicely without bailing out Bain, but it's a small scale. Iceland, man. Don't talk about Iceland. It's her system. Yeah, sometimes if you, especially if you get a cat, like it's their system. I get that totally, right? But whatever is happening, we cannot affect that, guys. We are a little bit ants. We got nothing, right? We are ants, we are sheep. We gotta adjust to whatever it is around us and try to work with that. Rule number 1, survive. Rule number 2, when bonds are at 10-15%, buy stocks. You know, right now, you know, make sure that you don't lose everything. Get out of debt, get something, you know, physical. Get something that's not gonna lose. If the banks go down, you gotta make sure that you don't lose everything, right? I mean, it's just normal. Man, I'm so glad to tune in for the classic TLR rant. There you go. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not really discouraged by the move towards downside when it comes to Bitcoin. It is trending towards downside, so you know, there is that. The trend is towards downside. How long towards downside we gotta see. Corrupt is relative. Corrupt for us, beneficial for them. Yeah, exactly. So you know, the system works as it's supposed to work. Now the problem with the system is, you know, you can complain all day long, but you know, it is the system. And there we go, Mladen came in the chat. That's why, you know, that means that the show is over. We've been streaming for 44 minutes. My kids have been watching, you know, TV for 30 minutes. I need to get them off the TV. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm gonna go and do stuff, other stuff, but you know, it's okay. The move down is okay. We are not ants, we are blue dots. We are blue dots. God, thank you. Guys, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time, same place, of course. Bye-bye. Where is outro?